Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Rich Off AI podcast. This is the first one. This is actually the second one, I'll be honest with you. The first one I recorded all the way through, didn't have any audio. I love learning. I love learning stuff. All right. Today, we're going to be talking about something that matters way more than AI tools, way more than coding, way more than technology. It's called discipline. Dun dun dun. The one word nobody likes to hear. You want to know what time it is right now? It's 7:47 a.m. All right. I've been up since about 5 trying to get this whole podcast right. I didn't know anything about podcasting. Okay, until today. I didn't know anything about a Spotify creator account. I didn't know anything about an Apple podcast, the RSS feed, all this type of stuff. I didn't know what that meant. But I'm determined. I am disciplined. And when you put those two together, you end up getting dividends. All right. That's why this is called Rich Off AI podcast. I am trying to show you guys, just the regular people, how to use this time, how to use this technology to exponentially grow your wealth. Okay, not just through the technical aspects of it. Okay. Although I will be teaching you, prompting and just how to, interact with AI and use it within your business. But it's more about the mindset. It's more about the discipline that really, really matters. Okay. Right now, people are looking at AI like it's just some magic tool or like a magic formula. Like, you know, all I need to do is just learn the right prompt. If I just know the right software, me and you both know, but they coming out with softwares they coming out with different tools every day. All right. It's like they feel as if they know the right tool, if they know the right software, like their life would change. Unfortunately, you can have a plumber that is disciplined and has a tool, and then you can have a plumber that is not disciplined and have the same exact tool. Who do you think is going to get more work done? Who do you think is going to be better? So it's not about the tool, it's about the plumber. It's about you. Okay. It's not about AI being a tool, even though it is a phenomenal tool. I'm going to teach you so much sauce. That is not the only thing. How do I share my screen? Can I share my screen? Share. Let's see. Screen. Chrome tab. I need to share my screen so y'all can see what's going on. Is it the Chrome tab? What am I looking for? Confirm. No. Oh, right here. Okay, let's share my screen. Okay. So here we are right here. All right. Discipline over everything. We got these AI tools over here. We got Chat GPT. Let me move my handsome face. We got Chat GPT. How do I draw on here? We got Chat GPT, Mid Journey, Claude, all of these different tools, right? Then we have to think about what gets created. What are you creating with these tools? What are you doing with these tools? Are you using them to have fun? Are you using them to just to create like images and just like maybe some scripts or whatever it is, just like bullshit for real? Or are you using them to actually complete tasks? Okay. Everything I do is AI generated, period, point blank. Okay. You might be talking to AI right now. No, I'm just playing. I'm real. But everything I do is AI generated, period, point blank. Okay. Because it's a tool that enables me to really grow, be more than one place at one time, do more exponentially quicker. Okay. And that's what the tool is supposed to be used for. So then we have systems and discipline. And this is what I'm going to be talking about in this episode right here, because this is what really matters, the systems and the discipline. Okay. Because then when you have systems and discipline, you got to think about what gets created then. It's just like when you invest in the stock market. It's just like when you invest in crypto. You must consistently invest every month. Okay, that's what I like to do every month on autopilot. I don't like to look at the. I don't like to look at the market too much. Okay, because I'll get that little bubbly stomach feeling in my stomach. Should I sell? Should I buy? When really it's the consistency that builds the actual wealth. It's the consistency that will make you better. Anything that you do not know how to do, like I just told y'all, I had no idea anything about this podcast stuff. I had nothing. I didn't know anything about anything until this morning. I had to do everything to actually get this live and going. Okay. It didn't deter me because whatever it is that you just are beginning to start is going to be hard. Period. Point blank. That shit gonna be hard, fam. That shit gonna be hard as hell. Okay, it's gonna be hard for a long time, and you're probably not gonna make a lot of money with it for a very long time. Okay, but you have to understand that anything that you do for a consistent period of time will yield results. Period. It is a universal law. This is the law of the universe. If you do something for a long time and you do it consistently and you do it to your best ability, and you have to be truthful with yourself when you say, "Hey, I'm trying my best, bro," because I don't know how many of my brothers, how many of my sisters be calling me, talk about they trying. I just completely debunk it. Like, bro, you're not trying at all. You're not trying at all. Okay, because if you're trying, you'll be up with me every morning trying to figure this shit out. You're not trying to do that. You're trying to take the easy way out. So when you have systems and discipline, you get repeatable processes, you get sustainable success, you get long term wealth. And that's what we're looking to build here. Um, just in life in general. Okay. Oh, so are my pictures even here? Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, let's continue, y'all. Let's continue, okay? Systems require discipline. That's just something we just already understood, okay? And I learned that lesson early on in life. My pops played in the NFL for about 10, 12 years, but he had 8 years with the Green Bay Packers. First rookie season, won a Super Bowl. And growing up around that environment taught me something very, very important. Okay. The talent is going to get you on the field, bro. That talent going to get you on the court. It is. But discipline is what's going to keep you in the league. That's the difference. That's the reason why I like Kobe so much. Okay. Now I'm an old school brother right now. They call me Unc. You feel me? I'm getting up there in age. So yes, MJ over everything. But the discipline that MJ showed, that LeBron shows, that Kobe shows, and the mindset that they have, it's a similar mindset that yielded very similar results. Okay, so you have to start breaking these things down. You have to think about, okay, why did these, or how did these people get to where they are? What did they do that maybe I'm not doing? What did they do? Because Kobe didn't just go to the gym. Oh, I almost knocked my whole coffee over. Kobe didn't just go to the gym and shoot the basketball just to shoot it and just to say, "Hey, bro, I went to the gym." No, no, no. He tried hard as hell. When no one was looking, he was trying hard as hell. Is that what you're really doing? You just got to ask yourself. I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm just asking. Okay. But the same like grit and everything, it applies to business. So people right now, especially a lot of business owners that I work with, they just think that AI is going to come in and just change everything, make everything better. But you still have to run a business. That's the underlying foundation of it. AI will make your business better, but if you ain't even got no business, if you don't even know the systems and what it takes to run a business, AI not gonna do nothing for you, bro. Period. So let's talk about the AI myth, okay? Because right now, a lot of people like they think AI is going to like replace everybody. They think they got the whole apocalypse. They got the iRobot syndrome, is what I like to call it, the iRobot syndrome. But the reality is much, much different. Okay. AI, it will replace people who rely purely on tasks. If you are a task taker, if someone has to say, "Hey, do this, do this, do this," and you're doing this multiple days, repetitive type of work, you're going to get replaced by AI because AI can do it much faster, much cheaper, much better than you. But you have to understand that people who understand systems are becoming much more valuable right now. The challenge is that building systems, it requires what, y'all? Excuse my handwriting. I was supposed to be a doctor. Reps. building systems requires reps. You know how long I've been building this business? In the grand scheme of things, it hasn't been super long, okay? Because I tried to live by decades. But bro, I've been doing this for a long time, consistently for a long time, bro. Okay. It's been at least 2.5 years where I have gotten up at this time of morning every morning and really not seen too much scratch from what I've been doing. But understanding that I am building what is necessary. So once that bad comes, it's gonna come and it's gonna the foundation that is built on is gonna be sustainable enough to keep it going. But it takes these hard times. I'm in a 1 bedroom apartment with my wife and my daughter. We got so much stuff in this motherfucker, boy. I swear to God. We got so much stuff in here, bro. But I ain't moving. For what? We're comfortable. We're living. We're breathing. We're eating every day. Good. Everything's good. Rent is paid. No one's hurt. People got to stop trying to live outside of their means, bro, outside of their lifestyle, especially when you get a little bread. Because once you start to get that bread, then your lifestyle like increases. When really you're supposed to stay down till you come up, bro. Okay. Learning through trial and error is what really got me here. Okay. And a lot of people don't like that part of the process because it's painful. It hurts. It hurts, bro. If you ever got to tell your family or your daughter or anyone, like, hey, I ain't got it right now, that hurts. Okay. Especially if you're like a real man, that hurts, bro. Okay. So a lot of people, they trying to get the shortcuts. And I tell you from experience, I've tried every shortcut there is. Legal and illegal. I've tried every shortcut, bro. I just got done doing 7 years in prison from trying a shortcut. They do not work. They do not work. Shortcuts do not work. You have to put the grind in. It's the only way. I'm so sorry to tell you that. So, like anyone, everyone wants instant success. The reason why the lottery is such a big business. Everyone wants instant success. They want to watch a couple YouTube videos and then suddenly become an expert in something. But unfortunately, business doesn't work that way. And I actually like that because for those that actually get good at business, for those who become profitable, for those who actually understand the systems, it's hard to replace us, number one. But number two, everyone can't get this. And that makes me feel good as a man to be like, hey, I did this. I put the work in to get here. It just makes it just that much more valuable. Okay. It just makes it so much more valuable. Okay. So let's go and talk about the lessons from hard jobs. Okay. The work ethic development. These are some of my early jobs coming on. I went to Tuskegee University. I was a double major in finance and accounting. I did not graduate, and I really felt like a asshole, bro. Everyone else around me graduated. Everyone else around me like climbing a corporate ladder. I'm over here trying to rap, like build a business, sell dope, assembly lines, restaurants. Like I was just trying to figure it out, bro. You feel me? And like the more I tried to figure out, the more I like kept telling myself, like, bro, this isn't working. Or sometimes I had like this illusion that I would become a Grammy winner. And although that is possible, if I would have stuck to it, um, I just really just felt lost out here, bro. Like just trying everything, not sticking with anything like for a long time at all. So not ever seeing the real scratch from anything for real, for real. So I had to ask myself a few questions like, is this the life I really want? Okay. Like, what else is really possible? I grew up with a NFL player, won a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers, some of the most phenomenal, famous Hall of Fame football players you could ever meet. I'm eating Christmas dinner with these people, playing basketball with Brett Favre in his in-home basketball court. Like I'm doing some great things. So I've seen this. But then I'm living like this as an individual man because I never like to lean on someone else's success, whether it's my father, my brother, whoever it is. Like I never like to lean on someone else's success. Just as a man, I want to say, nah, I did this. Like I work for this. I did this. So I had to like not compare myself, but yes, compare myself to those that I look up to or those that I see that are in the position that I want to be in. And I was just like, yo, I'm not there, bro. And I need to do something different. So the lessons that I learned was just like, yo, I need the work ethic. I need to show up every day and discipline. It transfers from whatever it is you do, whether you in the streets, whether you're a corporate job, no matter, I don't care if you have a cooking show, whatever it is, if you do this thing disciplined in a structured manner and you do it for long enough, it can transfer. So you can take the discipline that you use to get over here, you can use it across the board. Okay. And that's really when that exponential wealth start to build up. Okay. So the result is built businesses and then the freedom. Okay. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're all doing this for real, is to just be free, not be tied down to any job, not be tied down to any area, not be tied down to anything, just to be free, and the availability to, look out for your people. If you want to buy a couple chains, I know I'm finna buy me some, couple chains, couple watches, couple houses, couple cars, fast cars, then you can do that too. You feel me? I ain't gonna sit here and tell you like I'm just you feel me, like I'm not finna go splurge. Oh, I'm finna run a bag on something, but okay. So the consistency edge. Let's go ahead and go back to sports for a second. Okay. So every NBA player in the league is talented. No questions asked. They made it to the NBA. Okay. Every single one of those brothers, they got what it takes. They were probably the best player on their high school team. They were probably the best player in their city. But once they reached the league, talent is not enough anymore. I tell my daughter this all the time. She is an absolute monster on that court. Monster on that court, y'all. Ninth grade. Shout out to Morgan. But I have explained to her on multiple occasions since about the seventh grade when I realized that, okay, you cannot continue to rely on your natural abilities anymore, baby. Okay. People are catching up. You're not standing out anymore. Okay. Because now multiple people have that natural ability that's around you. Now, what is going to separate you from everybody else, baby girl, is your work ethic. How hard you go outside of practice. Now, I'm talking to a teenager. Tell me when I know it's hard because I didn't listen to my mama. I ain't listen. I ain't listen. So it's kind of difficult. And I understand. I tell her this, like, I understand you're a teenager. So this may go in one out the other, but I'm going to continue to try to beat this into your head that if this is something that you really want, you're going to have to do it more than one time a day. You're going to have to do it for a long, extended period of time. Okay. So what separates the greats from the goods is discipline. Who trains harder? Who studies the film? Who shows up every day ready to improve their game? That's why someone like Kobe Bryant, like I said, became legendary. It's not just because of the talent, it was a work ethic, that Mamba mentality. Everybody know about it. If you're not watching his YouTube what you call it, videos, oh, what is that, motivational videos, well, you're missing out, bro. You got to have that Mamba mentality. And the same mindset applies to entrepreneurship. The same mindset applies to the future of AI and what AI can do for us. Okay. So moving right along here. Okay. We want to talk about the consistency edge and how important it is to really stay consistent. Okay. So, one of the biggest advantages anyone can build in this AI economy is really, really simple, you guys. Consistency. I'm going to try to beat that into your head as well. Consistency. Most people would try something for a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I don't know any business that has made any type of significant impact in the world or any money at all that didn't go hard for decades. Like if you just think about anybody that's in the league right now, we're going to continue with sports. Anybody that's in the league right now, how long were they playing basketball or how long were they playing their sport for? Since a child. So let's just say they started when they were 8. We'll just, you know what, we'll say 10. Let's just say they started when they're 10. No, we'll say 8. How long did it take them to get to the league? Let's just say if they went to the league at 18. That's 10 years minimal. going hard every day for 10 years straight to finally reach that bag. You need to think about those type of terms when you think about business. Don't think you're finna get rich in a day. Don't believe all this guru shit that's on this internet. Do not fall for that shit just so they can try to sell you a course that do not do anything. Do not fall for that. I'm finna get you rich overnight. Do not fall for that. It is going to be hard work. Whatever it is you get into, it's going to be hard work, and it's going to be hard work for a long time. Excuse me. Period. Point blank, y'all. Don't do that shit. Okay. So although most people will try for that week or two, that month or two, they end up quitting. The same thing I did when I was like in the beginning trying to figure that shit out. Okay. It's because they don't see results fast enough. But maybe sometimes they get distracted. That's one of the biggest things going on in the world right now. This damn phone. Oh my goodness. That's why I keep it upside down away from me. Cause if I get on that bitch, the algorithm is good. God damn it, that algorithm got me again. You got me death scrolling. Okay. This is one of the biggest things, attention. Okay. Concentration in this new age, in this AI economy. Okay. But a lot of times that's what hinders people from moving forward. They get distracted. They see something and it looks easier. It looks like a shiny object. Like, oh my goodness, I can do that. And having that entrepreneur spirit, you can do it. We can do damn near anything we put our mind to. Okay, but that is also a crutch, not a crutch, but that's also a like a thorn in the side at the same time. Because if you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing at all. The people who stay consistent, they eventually develop something powerful, you guys. And what is that? Competence. When you reach that level of competence in anything that you are doing, the reason why I'm about to be doing so many podcasts, it only make no sense. So much content doesn't make any sense because I have to close that gap of education of what I don't know, that knowledge. And the only way to get there is to do. But once I get that competence, the same way I got with AI, automations, building systems, building these softwares, it's a relief because now you can go into 'cause I suffer from imposter syndrome for so fucking long, you guys. Getting out of prison and then jumping right into like the tech space, coding and all this type of stuff. Like, and then I'm around people that hold on. Hey Snoop, come click my button on my camera. Cause like my camera all like you know how I told you how to focus? Is the camera off over there? Yeah, click the button. Is it still off? What the hell going on? Okay, turn it off. Oh, okay, turn it off and turn it back on. It don't got hot. Okay, there we go. Okay, great. I don't know how long it's been off, y'all. I apologize. But let's continue. Once you get that competence, y'all, it's over with. Okay, because competence it creates confidence. Oh my goodness, I'd be so confident when I go into meetings now and just talking to people about AI. It's just because I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I've done so much. I've learned so much. Like I've made so many mistakes and I learned from them. All right. So confidence it also creates opportunities, which is very very important. Okay, because when you actually know what you're talking about, then you can actually bring real value to people, and then that really just takes it to another level for you. Let me go ahead and bring this over here so I can always see what's going on with my face. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the consistency, how we need to show up daily. This is not a this is non-negotiable. Okay, you got to show up on the daily every day. Okay, because if you don't, your time will pass you, and this is the most expensive currency, or this is the most expensive I'm gonna call it a noun. This is the most expensive thing, period, point blank. Time, because you can never get it back. The reason why we spend this reason why AI is so important right now because it gives so many people so much time back. We're trying to get our time back. Okay. Most people, what do? Quit. Results, they're not seeing them, they quit. But if you stay consistent, then you're able to develop some competence. You can build some confidence. You'll create some opportunities. And oh my goodness, then once those doors open and you're ready for those doors to be open, because a lot of times, sometimes the doors open and we're just not prepared. We're not ready for those opportunities. I really hope I didn't mess up my audio right there. We're just not ready for those opportunities, y'all. So the opportunities are there, but we're just not ready for them. Door closed. But now, because we've developed this competence and this confidence, we got real success. Where we at? Where my other one at? Let's go. Talent versus work ethic. Okay. This is a very, very important um topic here. The whole talent versus the work ethic thing, and how like you can be talented in something. And this goes back to what I was talking to you about my daughter, about being talented with something, but hard work and ethics and discipline beats out talent every single time. It's a dude in my city, a rapper. Shout out to my dog Joe Black. I always tell him, "Hey, bro, you can't rap." I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, you cannot rap. To me, you can't rap. All right. But one thing you do that is going to get you to where you want to be, no questions asked, is your work ethic. I ain't seen nobody work harder than Joe Black. Go hard, ENT. Shout out to my dog. One thing I'm never is a hater. Not a hater. I'm always gonna give people their flowers when I see them, or when I see them doing what they need to be doing. But you're doing your thing. You've been doing your thing for a long ass time. But I always tell him, hey, your discipline is gonna get you there. Okay. Studying film, studying different creators, studying different thumbnails and stuff like that, like trying to figure it out. That is what's going to get you there. Okay. The people who commit to learning are the people that are going to commit to earning. Okay. Because that is the real advantage. Okay. But that advantage doesn't come from just watching tutorials. Okay. It comes from doing what the tutorial is telling you to do. Okay. You have to test the systems. You have to help real businesses. You have to solve real problems. That's how real skills get developed, not by watching. See, what that does psychologically when we watch those YouTube videos is it makes it seem as if we are getting stuff done, when really we're not getting anything done at all. Okay. But psychologically, we're like, oh, yeah, we done did some work. Like, because you see somebody else doing the fucking work on the screen. You have to actually get out here and start doing the work. Okay. Train harder, show up daily. Then you get to that legendary status. Okay. So this is the early AI advantage. Okay. I am trying to tell y'all right now, we are still at the beginning of this AI stuff. No matter how much you see about it, a lot of people still don't even know how to use AI in a economically beneficial way. Okay. People don't know how to use AI to make no money for real. They just use the AI to like do certain stuff. They're not making no real money with AI. Okay. And that's going right back to the whole systems and stuff. Okay. So most people really don't understand. I think it's like 80 some percent of like Fortune 500 workforces are retraining their entire staff, bro, to try to get them to understand AI, because really no one understands how to use it in the best way that they need it for. Okay. So right now you have a choice. You can watch tutorials like everyone else. You can watch tutorials all day long and not get nowhere. Or you can watch those tutorials and then start to build systems and then start to help businesses and then start to develop like real skills. That's what you could do, and really separate yourself from like the norms. Okay. The normies. Oh, snap. Sorry, y'all. Told y'all I'm still learning this shit myself. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this wax on, wax off. Everybody know the karate scene. I mean, the scene in the Karate Kid where Mr. Miyagi has Daniel-san doing all these random tasks. Okay, hey, wax the car. Hey, paint the fence. Hey, sand the floor. So Daniel's son, just like anyone else, it thinks it's pointless. Me waking up every day at 4:40 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? People, especially my mom, I ain't gonna lie. She'd just be like, bro, why do you do that? Like on a daily basis? Like, you don't take no days off? Like, what's the point of that? She always asks me that on a daily basis, y'all. No count. She just be like, bro, why do you wake up 4:40 in the morning? Why do you go to bed at 10? Why can't it be 10:08? Why can't it be 10:05? Why can't I just be like, sometimes it is. Obviously, I don't fall asleep at 10 every night, but I tell her, hey, if we're on the phone at like 9:50, I'm like, mom, I got to cut off. Nah. Yeah, you ain't got to cut me out like that. Don't know. You get you too. I just be like, nah. It's when you get to that mode, when you in that mode, like I like to say, when you in that mode, you just in that mode, fam. Okay. So a lot of people may think that what you're doing on a daily basis is pointless. Daniel's son was super frustrated. Okay. All he wanted to do was learn karate. The only thing you want to do is just make some money. And I understand. But eventually he realized something. Those repetitive movements were training his muscles. Those were training his instincts. Those were preparing him for real combat. The more I do these podcasts, the more I do these shows, the more I do this content, the more I do these systems, the more I help businesses build real value with AI, the more I help people understand AI and just where they can really take advantage of it moving forward, it's going to prepare me for combat. Business works the same way as a karate kid. The small daily actions, they might seem boring. No, not even might, y'all. They are going to seem very boring. They're going to seem very tedious. They're going to seem very repetitive. They're going to be like, yo, why do I do this? But the same thing goes with the gym. You don't think that in the gym, when you go to the gym and you do the same rep or you do the same, in your mind, you know that it's working. In your mind, because this is physical, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm working. But you're doing the same thing. And it might get boring. But the boring is what builds the skill set that you'll use later on in life. Okay. You have to do it through repetition. So you have my dog Daniel's son doing all these wax on, wax offs. Okay. And just like I explained, the business parallel with that is that there's a small daily actions is what really separates those. Hold on, one other picture. Really separates you from, you know, the normies. So endurance beats intelligence. So we got to talk about the real difference between people who succeed and then people who don't usually succeed. Okay. And it's not because of intelligence, it's purely off of endurance. Any type of marathon races, the only reason why someone doesn't finish is because they just stopped or they didn't have the endurance. Who can stay focused long enough to build something meaningful? I mean, really meaningful. Okay. The time that it takes you to stay focused right now and the ability to stay focused is people's like one of people's biggest attributes right now, skill sets in this day and age of AI, social media, technology. The ability to stay focused on one task for a long period of time is a superpower. Success in business is often just a result of consistent effort over time. Good morning, baby. Daughter just woke up. Consistent effort over time, y'all. Doing the work when it's boring, doing the work when nobody's watching, doing the work when results haven't shown up yet. And that means money. A lot of times you're gonna be putting so much money into this stuff and just nothing's coming back, and you get like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Why am I doing this still? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I putting all my money into this? I'm losing money. But you're building skills. It's a great trade-off. Money for time, great trade-off. Money for skills, great trade-off. Money for education, great trade-off. Spend that money on what matters. Spend that money on that time to save you some time. Spend that money on that education. Spend that money on that skills. Okay. Because that's discipline for real. The endurance is what gets us there. Okay. You have to work when you're bored, but you got to work before the results show up because they're not going to show up for a long time. I'm telling you right now, please listen to what I'm saying, y'all. The results are not going to show. They're not going to show, y'all. They're not going to show. Period, point blank. Oh, excuse me. So the AI shortcut myth. Okay. One of the biggest lessons I want people to understand is that AI isn't going to magically change your life, especially business owners. This is for business owners, okay, entrepreneurs. It's not going to magically change your life. But if you combine AI with discipline, then you end up creating what I like to call leverage. Leverage is something very, very important that will, and just a great asset to have. Okay. Um, you're able to move faster, you solve problems quicker, you build systems even more efficiently. And the combination of AI and discipline is super, super powerful. Okay. So you have task workers out here that have no systems at all. And then what happens to them? AI replaces them. Period, point blank. But then you have those that build systems or even understand systems, understand processes, understands workflows. They become more valuable over time. They're able to produce results a lot quicker. They have a lot more leverage. Okay. So I want to talk about what it takes to swim upstream in AI. Everyone's afraid of AI, or a lot of people are just afraid of AI, mostly because they just don't know what it is or they don't know how to use it. And that just comes from ignorance. Okay. So me not doing podcasts for so long, me not doing content, or me not doing whatever it is for so long, it came from my ignorance of me being scared of the unknown, me not knowing how to do something and knowing that it's going to take a lot of work or some effort to try to figure that out over there, and then just me not doing that. That's where a lot of like time is. Okay, so we already discussed time is precious. Okay, but you extend your time to getting your goals, the more time you spend not doing exactly what you know you're supposed to be doing. That's the thing about it. We all know what we're supposed to be doing, bro. If you're fat, if you're lazy, if you're out of shape, you know you're supposed to go to the gym. Like, it's not rocket science, for real, for real. Like, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. You're just choosing not to do it. Okay. So what it is that we want to focus on to be able to swim upstream is our daily habits, our daily tasks, the daily things that we must do. Okay. Our daily habits, the discipline it takes to have those daily habits and to show up daily for yourself. Okay. Because once you prove to yourself, once you do it for yourself, you're going to realize, like, hey, I can do it. And then that just gives you much more confidence in doing any and everything else in life, period. Okay. Discipline plus AI, it gives and creates and yields incredible opportunities, y'all. I'm telling you, absolutely incredible opportunities. And it positions you in the upcoming years to be much more valuable to companies, to brands, to yourself. And then we can then be and then we can begin to be able to build that real, like, wealth, that real power during this tech shift, because it's here, y'all. AI is here, it's not going anywhere. So we want to make sure that we are positioning ourselves to take advantage of it. And that's what this show is all about, teaching you how to take advantage of this AI boom, for real, for real. Okay. So discipline creates leverage. I want to drive this. I want to really drive this home, because AI alone won't change anything. You have to have AI and discipline. You have to have, let's put discipline first. You have to have discipline and AI. Okay, because that's what's going to create that leverage. That's going to help you move fast. It's going to exponentially grow whatever it is that you're doing. So a lot of times when I talk to business owners, they have these workflows and they want AI, they want automations. And I just be like, okay, what's the workflow that you have right now? What's the system? Hey, baby, what's the system that you have right now? Because if you do not have a manual system that is working properly, well, then if you put AI on it, just know that it's going to make that process not work 10 times faster. So AI is not the cure for business. No, 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 no. You have to first get a process down and a workflow down that works. What is your content scheduling strategy? How do you generate leads consistently? How do you sell to these leads? How do you use back-end selling systems? How do you communicate and nurture these leads to be able to bring them through for a purchase? What do you do after the purchase is made? Do you still consistently correspond with your clients to try to increase the AOV? That is the, what is that? AOV, annual order value, or average order value. How, like, are you trying to increase the amount that each person spends with you instead of just trying to have a one-off pay and it's over with? Because that's what AI allows us to do, is to understand the systems. Okay. So right now we are in the AI gold rush. No questions asked, y'all. If you learn this skill, if you know how to prompt, if you just everything I'm going to be teaching on this channel, everything I'm going to be teaching through the podcast. If you understand this, I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be in a good position. Okay. Period, point blank. So if you're thinking about your future in this AI economy, I don't want you to focus only on the tools. Don't focus on ChatGPT. Don't focus on Claude, Gemini, Nano Banana. Don't focus on the tools alone. Focus on your habits. Focus on your discipline. Focus on showing up every day and improving your skills. Because the people who combine discipline with modern technology are going to build incredible opportunities in this next decade and moving forward. Okay. And that's what this podcast, this show, just my whole brand is all about. It's understanding the landscape, positioning yourself upstream and building something real during one of the biggest technological shifts in history. I hope you think about if your parents think about in 2000s. Okay, so I'm born in 88. So 2000s, think about if we just took that serious. Okay, think about at the year of 2000. If we were like, you know what, I'm gonna take internet serious. Like I'm gonna go hard with the internet. Where do you think you would be right now? Where do you think you would be right now if when YouTube first came out, you were just putting out YouTube videos? Where do you think you would be right now on a consistent basis, on a high level? Where do you think you would be right now if you took the internet serious or your parents made you take the internet serious and like, hey, get online, learn everything about online? This is one of those times, but it's like times 10 times to 100. Okay. AI is much bigger than the internet in a way that it will not much bigger than the internet. Don't let me go on a limb and say that. It will enable us to benefit a lot more, a lot quicker than the internet. That's why it's imperative that you kind of move with a sense of urgency right now. Don't just be sitting around here. Okay. Move with a sense of urgency. Okay. If you want to learn how to do this step by step, okay, I built a community where I walk through this day by day. I literally do daily videos and I show you on a daily basis, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Okay. I'm going to be releasing this community here within the next week or two. I'm putting the final touches on it. Okay. And I'll definitely put it out there for you. But I want you to stay disciplined. That's the biggest thing right now. Stay disciplined. I want you to keep swimming. Keep swimming upstream. Do your thing. Okay. You have to see where the money is, where the new service industries are, what is AI using, or what is AI enabling us to do to help businesses moving forward. Okay. And if you want, the next episode should be extremely strong for so if you guys want the community, follow me on Instagram, Rich Off AI. Everything across all platforms is Rich Off AI, except for my LinkedIn. That's just my regular name. You know, got to keep it professional. All right. But this is the first episode of Rich Off AI podcast. I hope you guys had something, really was able to glean something from this, understand, really, put that fire under that ass and let's go. Okay. Let's go. I'll see y'all in the next one.